morning internet. It's Sunday. It is the 8th of October and it is 22 minutes past 10 on a beautiful morning. Look at this, eh? Absolutely gorgeous. So welcome back to the channel. It's good to be back on my behalf because since I came back from Normandy, I haven't really done, well, I've done nothing apart from a couple of short little videos in the garage, one being the seat. Look at the seat, eh? Hey, look at that, eh? Beautiful. A black seat. Today will tell the test of time. Will it all crack up under the ride? I really hope it doesn't. But I've been really busy. I had lots of work to do in the house and all sorts of things, and one of them being, of course, I don't know whether you remember, but let's just have a stroll up here for a minute. There's no great huge rush. There used to be like loads of pallets here, and cutting loads of pallets up, you might not think it's a big job, but man, pallets are not the easiest thing to cut up. But anyway, so, and of course then there's the bathroom refurb. That is an ongoing thing as well, but that's another story. Anyway, oops, let's get this sorted. Get on the bike. Right, so we have Trip F quite happily flashing, which it was when I came back from Normandy. So I think the first stop has got to be some fuel. I'll tell you what, you know, what a gorgeous day. What have we got here? Well, according to the trusty Himalayan, we have 19 degrees. So I don't know, what's that? 19, about 18 degrees in it, eh? Roughly speaking. So yeah, a beautiful morning. Absolutely. Good day, sir. One of my neighbours got the tractors going this morning. Oh, I forgot about the automatic visor, but there you go, eh? Now, I put the liner back in the coat today because I thought to myself, well, although it looks gorgeous, when you get the wind hitting you, and of course, let's not forget, me being a total wuss, yeah, I don't like getting cold. I might even regret this out. I might be too bloody hot. Still, we will have to see, hey? Right, put the sun visor down. Like I said, first stop has got to be fuel. Do you know what? The bike now 3,384.5 kilometres, and do you know what? Running absolutely gorgeous. I was so pleased with the way this bike performed in Normandy. Getting to and from Normandy, you know, like I said, touched it in the videos, a lot of main road stuff. She ran gorgeous, she really did. But what a shame that Normandy couldn't have had this weather when I was there. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? You know, I mean, since I've got back from Normandy, we did have a week that was pretty horrible, but since then, I tell you what, the last few weeks, well, 2-3 weeks now I think it is, it's been better than our summer. In fact, to be fair, it's not just us, is it? You know, the UK, lots of parts of Europe that had a horrible weather-wise. Summer was terrible, you know. Yeah, so, you know, I'm in October and we're keeping these temperatures. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it really is. Okay, so this morning is nowhere special. This is just, I needed to get out on the bike. Like I said, you know, I haven't stopped working in the house and doing bits and pieces since I got back from Normandy. I'd run out of brownie points with the wife, you know. And got to earn some more, yeah. gotta get all the wood chopped up, keep it warm over Christmas, winter time, and certainly certainly got to finish off the shower room, or as they say in France, the douche. The douche. So yeah. So, but never mind. Hopefully, I'd like to get out again. I don't know if you remember, but I was saying on the ride home from Normandy that I wanted to go to a place called Welgat, and where the old saint someone, I've got to find his name, and I did say the same thing then, had a right on fisticuffs with the devil and banished him back down to hell, and it's quite an impressive place actually. So I'd love to get out there really and do that. So okay, just a quick thing, and this always gets me, and I've been told by a couple of my subscribers that I have absolutely no doubt to disbelieve what they're saying at all, but they say to me that when Trip F comes on, you've got about 100 kilometres, roughly 100 kilometres, although you know you wouldn't push it and take it to that, and then it counts up. Look, so when Trip F came on, you probably can't see us on the GoPro, but when Trip F came on, I've done 9.2 kilometres and it's going up, yeah, and that's fine, you know, that's great. I think that is a fantastic bit of kit that Royal Enfield have built into this. But what always worries me is that petrol gauge needle, that's on the E. It's you know what I mean? It's on the E. And you know, call me old-fashioned, you know, old school and all this, but when something's on the E, alarm bells ring. I don't know. Do you know what? I suppose the way to test it is carry some fuel with you and just exactly see on this count up exactly what does happen. But you know, there's a lot of logical things that say I'm not going to do that. One being, I'm not going to pull all the rubbish out of the tank. You know, well, there shouldn't be a lot of rubbish in this tank, or you'd like to think there wouldn't be, you know, because the bike's not even 12 months old yet, but you know where I'm coming from. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, so I'm going to the fuel station. It's as simple as that. I'm a lot happy when I got fuel in. And then just for a ride this morning after the fuel station, I think what we're going to do is let's nip up the coastal road and have a look at the sea. I like the sea. We all know I like the sea. Have a look there. It's a beautiful morning. I think it would be really rude not to look at the sea. Once we get the fuel, which hopefully, actually I should have come and got the fuel yesterday, but I didn't see it till today. But yesterday they had a deal on up at Super U, which is where I'm going anyway, and it was for one day only, from 6 o'clock yesterday morning till 7 o'clock last night, and it was $1.82 a litre, which in this day and age of extortionately high prices, it was pretty good, you know. But still, I missed it. I didn't see it. I missed it. So I don't know what it's going to be this morning. Probably not far off. €2 a litre, I would imagine, which is never nice at the best of time. But still, such is life, eh? Right. I'm going to switch you off because you don't really want to come in here, and I will catch you in a bit. Okay, so petrol done. Let's get to where we're going, shall we? Quite busy this morning, mind you. The weather's nice, so it always makes it for people who want to get out. And because we've got such nice weather, we still have quite a few holiday makers here this year, you know, which is great for them, it's great for us, yeah. So, you know, normally this time of the year, everything started to sort of chill down, and, you know, there's not so many people around and that. But no, this year it's a lot busier, which I say is fine, you know. Right, off to the seaside we will go. Okay, now there's actually one thing that I've got to say, and this is an apology actually. Hi. Here we go again, eh? Obviously the dog's got more common sense than, oh, there's two dogs, hey, twice the brain cell of the driver. Anyway, come on. Right now, right, yeah, it is actually a little bit of an apology. Well, no, it's a big apology, because one thing on my channel that I really dislike, and I said that I would never do it, is use abusive language. You know, I don't think there's a need for it, you know. Yeah, I'm no saint. You know, I swear if somebody upsets me, I swear, but that's me personally, when I'm on my own or there's not Joe Public around. So when I do a channel like this, I really don't think there's any need for anybody to use language, because my kids watch my channel. You know, there could be some bloke there or some lady there with the grandchildren. They don't want to hear it, they really don't. But unfortunately, and this was brought to my attention by one of the subscribers the other day on the way home, I think it was, from Normandy. I was having a bit of an aggravation with this white van. I think it was a white, do you know what, I can't even remember the actual shot. I must go back and look at it myself. But he came stupidly close to me, and I just, you know, so for that I apologise, because it's not what I want to do. It certainly is not what I want to do. I do not believe in it, you know. Anyway, that said, if it upset anybody or anybody thought anything about it, I'm sorry. Right, so now another thing which again, I was having a discussion, not only a subscriber but a really good mate of mine. We've been mates now for so long, and he's ridden a motorcycle, I don't know, like me, way before it was legally to ride it. And he said to me, and it's a really valid point, you almost tend to get into your, well, you do, don't you? You know, from the day you pass your test, whether it be on a bike or a car or whatever it is, you develop your own style of either riding or driving. And I always remember when I was oh, you know, I could almost go underneath that one there, couldn't I? Hey, look, just duck down, way. Anyway, okay, stop being stupid. So when I was being taught years ago, I think it was 1972, I passed my bike test, and believe you me, it was pretty damn easy in them days. But even so, you know, you were still, you know. And one thing that was drummed into us in those days, and I know it's drummed into them in these days, because you know, my own children, although it's scooter licenses that they've gone to, you know, it's still a two-wheeled vehicle, which you need to be aware of when you're on the road. So, and the thing that I'm actually getting to the point of is a lifesaver. Do you remember that? Do you remember that word? A lifesaver. Look over your shoulder. Yeah? Look over, when I was in the UK, it was look over your right shoulder prior to making any sort of manoeuvre, whether you was going to turn, whether you was going to overtake, whatever, pull out, it didn't matter. A lifesaver. It's exactly what it says. As Ron Seal says, it done exactly what it says on the tin. It's there to save your life. Now, you know what? I mean, obviously in this country, the lifesaver would be over my left shoulder because I'm on the opposite side of the road. But, do you know, and I'll put my hands up to this because I think honesty is so. But I can't remember, seriously, I cannot remember the last time I ever looked over my shoulder, physically turning round. I use my mirrors. That's what I do. Every motorcycle that I've owned now for, I can't remember for how many years, but a lot of years, I go to huge lengths with mirror extenders, or I change the mirrors if I'm not happy with them, to make sure that I get really, really good viewing out of my rear view mirrors. And I never turn round. I don't. But of course, let's face it. I suppose really, and I bet if the truth be known, how many people now that have been riding a motorcycle for years, how many of you actually do a lifesaver? To be fair, I bet it's not that many, really. I would be surprised if there's many of you that do. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me being a lazy sod, but I don't know. I just get the feeling that when you develop your own riding style, maybe lifesavers tend to be one of the first things that get thrown out, because it is uncomfortable. And and this is no excuse, right? But as you get older, to actually, I don't know if I could actually turn all the way around and look behind me, to be honest with you now. Hey, what with the aching back and the artificial hip and, oh, dearie me, everything else, yeah. It's I don't know, it's just a bit awkward, yeah. That there was my daughter, who, I'm not sure if she saw me, but it was her, but still, never mind. She does that's the one that does the early morning. She started work 4 o'clock this morning, baking everyone's bread at the local supermarket. God bless her. Hey, and I'll put that on a bit earlier. And yeah, she's just finished. So yeah, 4 o'clock this morning I was snoring me head off, I think, but I'm retired, so I'm allowed to. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that's the bit about the lifesaver. And you know what, I really do think that maybe I'm sort of going to start having a little bit of a practice, yeah. Right, so what else can we chat about on this gorgeous do you know, like I said, I put my liner back in this morning, and it's quite warm. Oh dear. Well, I'm extremely glad that it is warm. I am. But the bike, yeah, the bike, let's talk about the Himalayan, or let's talk about Royal Enfield in general, because I do love them, I do. And the more I ride this bike, and Normandy sealed it for me and sort of proved to me that, you know, they are, I think, a great bike, you know. And I know for me saying that, there's probably 3 people, you know, for every one that says I love them, there's 3 that said, oh no, but I really don't believe that. I think they're a great bike. I do, you know, throughout the Royal Enfield range, you know, and I'm going to stick by what I say, you know. And I suppose at the end of the day, you know, the way that I look at it is, it's my bike, and if it suits me what I want it to do, then that's fine, that's it, you know. I'm as happy as a Larry, as they say, which I am, and was extremely happy with it on the journey. I wouldn't hesitate doing that journey or any other journey like it again. I really wouldn't, you know. I think it ran great. And talking, I do know that I have this tendency to repeat myself. Now, it's not because I'm losing my marbles. Oh, it could be, I suppose, but I'd like to think that it isn't. No, I love it when things work or things do what they do, you know. And I think it's important that if something does what it's supposed to do, that you own or you use, you know, that you know, you're honest about it. If something on this bike was no good, I would say it is no good in my opinion. But that's what it is, it's my opinion, let's not forget that, right? You know, I would be honest about it. Just because I own it, if I'd have bought this bike and I didn't like it and I thought to myself, do you know what, this isn't for me, I would have sold it, you know. But it's not far off, to be fair, it's not far off the 12-month review now, hey? I mean, come on, I got to do one, haven't I? Everybody does a 12-month review, so that's exactly what it will get. Anyway, I forgot what I was about. No, right, okay. Now, I was talking to another subscriber who's also a mate again, and he said to me, do you know what, if you mention that Tripper once more, and he's probably right, because, but I'm gonna, oh, I nearly swallowed a fly. Is that Mother Nature telling me to shut up? I think I'll put the visor down, because we do get a few, with all the corn around here now, and it's all going a bit iffy diffy, you get a few of them buggy things. Right, I'm not going to mention it after this. I'm going to give it one last mention. I think the Tripper, it got me all the way down to Normandy, it got me round Normandy, and it got me all the way back. Yeah, okay, it had its couple a little flingy bits, and some of it was my fault. I mean, it really was, not paying attention. There was a couple of times where it lost you know, communication, but all in all, I think the Tripper did an absolutely great job. I really do. Right, that's it. Subject on the Tripper is now closed. Again, when I got back, obviously the bike was in a bit of a state. I spotlessly cleaned it all, took it all, well, not took it all apart, but you know what I mean, took bits and pieces off. The chain was the main one, and I'm so surprised, you know, 3,402 kilometres, you know, and the chain ain't stretched. You know what I mean? And it's really weird, isn't it, because I really thought it would have done. I've adjusted it once just after its first service, so that was 500 kilometres. You know, I checked it when I got back from Normandy. I really was expecting it when I got back from Normandy to be in need of adjustment, but it didn't. There was There was no need for it to be adjusted at all. So what I did do, because it was dirty, damn good clean it in paraffin. Oh, can you see that plane there? Look at that plane. Can you see it? Look there, see? I don't know where he's going. I don't think he knows where he's going. He's extremely low, eh? Deary me. Anyway, yeah, back to the chain. So I, you know, gave it a really good clean, and yeah, I mean, it's because what I will do when it's time to replace the chain, which I've got to be honest, it isn't looking any time too soon, which is a good thing in a way. But when I do replace it, I'm also going to go up one tooth, from a 15 to a 16 tooth, because, you know, I'm not going to do off-roading, as we all know. You know, I mean, I'm not an off-roader, so for me that extra tooth will give just I've gone the wrong way again, haven't I? I did this before, do you remember when I come here? Exactly the same thing, stupid boy that I am. So we'll do a bit of a, I always do this here. Now I did look over my left shoulder then, didn't I? Did you see that? Huh? So half a lifesaver, shall I say? Yeah. So I'm going to change that sprocket, you know, to give me, just to drop the revs down a little bit, because I do road work and cruising more than anything else. Look at that, don't it look beautiful, eh? So yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna get the front sprocket and put it on. I'll just replace, I'll wait till it, I like to replace it all as a set, and that's exactly what I'll do. So I'll wait till it's worn down. But I am you know, I am pleasingly, you know, it's nice when things, that's because I remember buying the bike and looking back and looking at the chain, thinking to myself, that doesn't look like it's going to last long. But you know, okay, I regularly clean and lubricate mine, not because of that reason, it's what I do, I always have done. But yeah, just goes to show, doesn't it? Good old Lidl and their chain lube, eh? Must gotta be something in it, eh? Nah, to be fair, I don't, you know, you could use engine oil as long as you're putting some lubrication and them rollers are free. That is all it needs, really. That is all it needs. And the tyres as well, the stock tyres, you know, the Seat tyres. I mean, again, not my choice of tyre by any means, which I've said in the past, basically because I don't like knobbly tyres. I think you get that horrible vibration on not much of a vibration, but obviously because they're knobblies on tarmac, you know. Did you hear it then? Exactly, that's the point I'm trying to make. No, but they'll go, you know, and I'll put on a sort of much more suitable road tyre for me anyway, you know, a sort of 70-30 Michelin, probably Anarchy Street or something like that. Yeah, so but again, they seem to be lasting, you know. I mean, they really do. They seem to be lasting really well. And again, it's a good thing because, I mean, you know, I get it. If you're an off-roader, the tyres take a lot more punishment, and I understand that. But for me, I mean, you know, hardly any well, there isn't any noticeable wear, you know. And I've done, you know, 3,000. So I'm sort of thinking that these tyres You know, provided that you look after them, you check the pressures, you keep them running, you know, as they should be. I don't know, you should get 6,000-7,000, possibly more out of them. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Looks like I'm going to be having me off-road tyres for quite some bit longer, eh? But I got to be honest and say that actually does me a favour, because every time I say to the wife, do you know what, I think I'll get that look. You know that look we get? Come on, lads, you must know the look, eh? It's not a I want to kill you look, because they love us, really, they do. It's just that, not the bike again. It's that look, isn't it, eh? It's that look. Anyway, so she'll be happy to know if she watches this video, which she probably will. She says she doesn't watch him, but she does. I know she does. Look at that, my favourite view, eh? Look at this. And I'll tell you what, there is a lot of people, a lot of surfers in the sea, which again, the GoPro, I don't think you're going to pick it up. Oh, look at this. Oh, you know, unbelievable. I wish, I'm hoping you can make them out, but I don't think for 1 minute. But look how busy it is here. Hey, I mean, fair play, eh? There's more people here. If you remember, I came down here about a month ago, and this was dead, and that was in the summer. Look at this, huh? I mean, fair play, eh? Isn't it lovely? I love. See, look at all the surfers, eh? I remember when I was a young man, many moons ago, I used to surf down Cornwall. I used to love it, I really did. Fantastic. And I think now oh dear, I think now if I actually got on a surfboard, I'd probably just sink it. That'd be it. Anyway, but yeah, I love it when people get out there and they do the things that they enjoy doing. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you do, you know, follow your dreams, follow your passion, because you know what, you got one life, haven't you? One life, that's all you've got. And yeah, if you can do, you know, if you've got your health, you know, and happiness means everything. There's a lot of bugs flying around today, and they're bouncing off my helmet quite happily. So there's I said, look at it, what a beautiful thing to do. I mean, this is what I love. Out of a morning on the bike, well, it doesn't have to be a morning, you know, doing what I love to do. This is absolutely gorgeous. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I really do. Life can be so calm, can't it? Which, do you know what, talking of life being calm, what a terrible thing going on in the world with, first of all, with Ukraine, you know, that ongoing, awful, and now Israel, you know. I mean, I'm not going to comment what I think. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter why, the reason of anything. What it does matter is it's people's lives, you know. For whatever political reason or religious reason or anything else somebody might think, it's just so terrible, isn't it, eh? Because, you know, innocent people, children, elderly, men, women, I don't know, what a sad thing. And let's face it, it's what happened yesterday morning with the attack on Israel. It's just going to escalate now, because the Israelis aren't the sort of people to say, do you know what, don't worry about it, you know, let's sit down and talk. Oh, hell is going to break loose, and that's what it's going to be. And, you know, we're going to have a lot of bloodshed, I think, on both sides. It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter which side it comes from. We're humans, they're humans, you know? I don't know. What is going on in this world of ours? Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. I'll get myself depressed in a minute. No, it's happened. Now, do you know what? I'm just going to find in a minute, without looking totally stupid, I'm going to find somewhere just to stop and get off the bike in the sort of sun. Is there a trike over there? Ah, that's a trike, that is. Hang on, there's a bit of a car park here. That'll do. Although it looks a bit of a wobbly car park, which is never good with these side stands at the best of times. But let's see if we can get it in a position. Right, hang on a sec. Let's just turn us off a minute and get the side stand down, which seems to have disappeared under my foot at the moment. Right, okay. Ooh, I'm just going to get off this, and there's a reason for this. Right, so okay, I haven't been on the longest ride, but it is. Let's have a look at this seat, shall we? Hey, the newly painted seat. Now that it's had my delicate little bottom on it for I mean, look at that. Hey, I mean, I know this is like the first ride, but there is not a blemish on that seat. Not a blemish, not a crack. It's alright, people are going to look at me thinking, what's that guy doing? What's so special about his seat? But no, I just wanted to stop and yeah, look at that. Do you know what? I'm so pleased with this, the way that this has come out. Anyway, okay, enough of the seat. Oh, right. Well, like I said when I sprayed it, if I got 2 years out of that, I would be a happy person, yeah. I really would. And if it does the 5 years that the company says, well then so be it. That's great. What's the temperature? 26 degrees. Can you see that? 26 degrees, look. And foggy clocks. Foggy clocks. That's an annoying. Now there you go. That's an annoying factor. Foggy clocks. It shouldn't happen, should it? You know. But it's not just Royal Enfield that suffer with this problem. You'd be surprised. You go on the search or go on the internet and put in foggy clocks or humidity in clocks. Believe you me, you know, there's one or two. Harley Davidson suffer with them, some of their models. Yamaha, I think there's a couple of the Yamaha models. So, you know, but of course, let's face it, the haters, the Royal Enfield haters out there, they'll jump all over it. Oh, look at that, Royal Enfield clocks. Hey, what a bag of no, sorry, nearly did it again. What a bag of rubbish. And it's not just Royal Enfield. But yeah, I'm going to take. I am going to take these clocks. I think, again, my personal opinion, I think the only reason this suffers with humidity in there is because it hasn't got a decent. It should have, where the front face comes off. You would think that it would have a good seal, but it hasn't. It's like a stringy rope. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to order some silicone, some like elastic bands basically, but you know, a biggish piece that can go all the way around, and I reckon that will cure it. hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, that's another job to be done. I haven't heard back off the warranty yet regarding the headlamp, so that's still an ongoing thing. I'm sort of hoping that will get sorted out again, because again, you know, but it's a sealed unit's breakdown, so you know, and I haven't heard of another one or anybody else suffering with this. So you know, it doesn't seem to be a common problem, does it? It just seems to be something on my bike that it's broken down for some unknown reason. So let's see how quickly it's dealt with. There's no reason why it shouldn't be dealt with quickly, to be honest, but we shall see what we shall see. Right, so there you go, little ride this morning. Not exactly a huge one, but got me out on the bike, and I love riding bikes, I really do. Future things to do with this bike, do you know, I don't really think there is. I think I've got this bike now, obviously apart from the little thing like the headlights and the clocks, but you know, the instrument cluster, but everything else, I don't think there's anything. I was thinking of shortening the side stand, but now it's sort of been used for coming up to a year, and there's a little bit of play in the knuckle now. It's sort of freed up, and I've plenty of grease in it and that, and it seems to lean more or less right. You know, I can't. I think for the work and yeah, you know, I know that I can. Another one of my subscribers, Pete, sent me a message yesterday, and he said, "Oh, don't know whether you've seen it, but Hitchcock's do an adjustable side stand." And yes, they do. I looked at that. But you know, it's, what is it, 80 something euro plus your postage plus your import. Yeah, nothing wrong with the price, but is it really going to make a huge difference? I think with this bike you have to pick your spot a bit more than others to get it right, you know, especially me being short, because I use the peg to get on and off, you know. You know, with my hip replacement and that, you know, one of these days I'll be flinging it over and it'll be, because you know what, yeah, it's something funny. Well, I'm not too sure if it is funny, but I've noticed over the last month, if I sort of bend down, I like squat or, you know, that sort of thing, I squeak. the hip the hip squeaks. I'm sure it's not right, but still, never mind. Be interesting to know if anybody else has had a hip replacement, and if you have, do you squeak? Well, no, it's a funny squeak though. You know, it's more of a, it's not a grind, but it's not a high. It's just a funny noise. And you know, the wife said, she said, you know, it's a shame that you ain't got a little, you know, like you get a grease nipple. They should have fitted one of them, shouldn't they? I squirt myself with oh, here we go, the gravel men have been here again. Squirt myself with WD-40 now and again. You know, but yeah, stop myself squeaking. Anyway, I'm sure it'll right itself. Maybe it's these coldish mornings, yeah, giving me a bit of a squeak, but we'll see. But so yeah, so getting back to basically what I was saying. So I use the peg to get on and off. again, I've heard it said that people don't trust the pig. Believe you me, these pigs are solid. You ain't going to snap the pig. They're great. But I think from what I was looking at, if you shorten that side stand too much, there's always a danger that when you do use the pig to get enough, he might just flip it over towards you, so there you go. So that's not going to be done. So yeah, so any more mods to the bike? No, I don't think I'm going to do any more mods to the bike. I am happy with the bike it is. Next year I'm looking forward to doing to going camping. I wanted to go this year, but with things that happened personally as a family to us, there was certain things that had to be put on the back burner, and weather as well wasn't the best thing yet. But anyway, but I have no doubt, it's the ability for it to carry things is fine. So yeah, I'm really happy with this bike, as I'm sure you and everybody else knows. In fact, going back again to one of my subscribers and one of my oldest mates, it was said, you're going about your bike more than your wife and kids. Well, do you know what, I do. I know I do. I love my family. It's two separate entities. My family's my family, my interests are my interests, and I try not to sort of merge the two. I certainly try not to sort of bore the family with my love of motorcycles. They know how I feel about bikes, and yeah. There you go. Anyway, for anyone that follows me, thank you to the new subscribers. Yeah, it's great. I really, this channel means a lot to me. Just basically, it for an old bloke doing something in the modern world and making a little bit of success from, not success. I don't want to be successful. I don't want people to say, "Whoa, drone on!" I don't want that. But when I say success, I mean personally. Me being able to do what I'm doing, it's lovely. So thank you everyone that takes the time to watch me and certainly subscribe to me. It really does mean an awful lot to me. So please, if you like what I do, subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you like bikes, especially if you like Royal Enfield, if you like seeing some old bloke faffing around in the garage, doing things my way, doing a bit of Frank Sinatra there, then yeah, tune in. Anyway, look, I'm going to end the video now because I'm sure you're all fed up with hearing me. So until the next one, take care, see you soon, bye for now.